tied up in a straight line, and everywhere you turn, there's vultures and thieves at your back. Storm keeps on twisting. Keep on building the lies that you make up for all that you lack. Don't make no difference. Escape one last time. It's easier to believe in this sweet madness, all this glorious sadness that brings me to my knees. In the arms of the angel, fly away from this dark, cold hotel room and the endlessness that you feel. You are pulled from the wreckage of your silent reverie. In the arms of the angel, may you find some comfort here. You're in the arms of the angel, may you find some comfort here.
Family and friends, I warmly welcome you here today as you come together to honour and pay tribute to the life of Jason Digory Keals. I would also like to welcome those unable to be here today but are joining us online and watching via Livestream. My name is Paige Gill-Harvey, and it is my privilege to be able to lead you through Jason's service. The passing of Jason and the fact we are gathered here today is very surreal, and the pain and emotion felt today is heightened, as none of you could have imagined that this day would ever come. Jason was a loving son to Craig and Karen, brother to Ashley, brother-in-law to Josh, uncle to Hamish, Zach and Lockie, stepson to Jody and brother to Max and Brady, and above all, a dad to Cooper, and a loving fur dad to Jet. Jason was also a loving grandson to Mama and Pop, Nana and Pa, and a much-loved adopted grandson to Nana Jewel and Poppy Jim, as well as a much-loved nephew, cousin, and a loyal mate to many. What we can be certain of today is that Jason wouldn't have wanted to cause you all the pain, heartache, and sadness that you are feeling. And although it may be hard to not focus on the loss of Jason, but to try and focus on the amazing man he was and the wonderful memories you are now left with. As you are aware, Jason had been facing his own challenges and had been working really hard to overcome these. It is important we don't remember Jason in his final chapter, but we remember Jason for his beautiful personality, his determination, his big smile, his loving and caring nature, and the way he would help others overcome their own struggles despite going through his own. Jason had a love for football. He supported the Fremantle Dockers and started playing football at Bibra Lake Junior Football Club for the Bandicoots. Upon moving to Geraldton in Year 7, Jason played for Railways Football Club for both his junior and senior years. While he was working in Karratha, he also played for the Karratha Cats. If Jason wanted to do something, it needed to be done straight away. There was no such thing as procrastinating, which led him to buying his first home in Wonthella and renovating it extensively and turning a house into a home. I now invite Jason's sister Ashley forward to share the eulogy with us.
this all right? Thank you all for being here today to honour the legacy and the man Jason, or who he was to each of you, whether that be Jace, Kego, Kealsy, Diggers, son, or most importantly, Dad. My name is Ashley, and as Jason's little sister, I have been given the privilege to stand before you all today to share his story. I just pray I can make him proud. I'll start at the beginning. Jace was born on the 12th of Feb, 1988, 6 weeks early and a teeny tiny 4.5 pounds, or just over 2 kilos in modern day metrics. Who would have thought, hey, looking at him today as the beautiful, tall, perfectly built man he became. Jace was mum and dad's firstborn baby and brought so much joy to their lives. They tell me he was a perfect baby and a toddler with a kind and gentle soul. He grew up to be a beautiful young boy and man too. Growing up with Jace as a brother meant there was never, ever a dull moment. He'd convinced me to climb up onto our roof to watch the stars and the moon, but then he'd also convinced me jumping off the roof into the pool was a good idea too. We'd spend hours playing Crash Bandicoot, Tony Hawk, and Grand Theft Auto, and in return, he would play with me by shaving my Barbie's hair off and putting Barbie and Ken in all sorts of weird, wonderful, yet very questionable positions in my doll's house. He was always there for me, and I knew I always had a supporter, a protector, and a forever friend in him. I look up to him, and I truly believe I was blessed with the best big brother. Jace was cheeky, but he was kind. He was the life of the party, but also the one you could have a deep and meaningful conversation with. He was tough, but he was an empath. And much like the yin and yang, Jace was a combination of these complementary forces. The perfect balance of good and the not so good. Jace also believed strongly in that everyone, regardless of who they were, what they had done, everyone had good in their hearts. Jace's energy could fill a room. His laugh was infectious and his smile lit up the darkest of places. But his heart, his loyalty, empathy and kindness were the most profound. Jace was a clever cookie and made magic with his hands. A talented footballer, avid ocean seeker, whether it be fishing, boating, diving, surfing or kite surfing. The ocean and the isolation of the outback was his refuge, his happy place and where he was at peace. He finished year 12 at Nagle Catholic College and went on to complete his trade certificate in carpentry. He was talented, hardworking and determined to succeed. He built his beautiful home with his own hands and had big dreams for his future. As a mate, I'm sure you'll all agree, he was fiercely loyal, fun-loving, and the reason many of us here today have so many hilarious memories. He really was one of the funniest people I know. We all hold precious memories, and I urge you to reflect on these today and in the days and years to come to help you through the grief of losing such a beautiful man and mate. Of all the things Jace was, a dad to Cooper is and always will be his greatest achievement. Jace shared a quote on his Facebook. It read, "I take pride in knowing that of all the things I have accomplished, there's no success or honour greater than that of being a father." And that articulates perfectly the father Jace was. Cooper gave him purpose, and in Jace's final words, he told us that Coop showed him what unconditional and pure love was. The connection that he had with his boy was like nothing he'd ever experienced before. They had so many beautiful memories together. Jace was gentle, loving, and patient with Cooper. Their bond, unbreakable, and watching them together was like watching two soul brothers. Jace followed Cooper around, experiencing the wonder and the joy of life through young eyes. In Jason's words, Cooper was his rock and source of living. Jace, we will all be there for your gorgeous boy, and Cooper will always know how much you loved him and how much he meant to you. We will do everything we can to have a beautiful relationship with your boy, and I know you will be forever watching over him. With any loss, there comes reflection. And in the last couple of weeks, I have reflected a lot, which I'm certain many of you guys have too. Regret, guilt, the why and the what ifs, they've consumed my mind. Was I there enough? Why didn't I call you more? What if I had done this? But I also know, and I've accepted, that this is the natural process of grief. And it's part of my journey to healing. And it will be all of yours too. My brother was unwell. He was fighting a battle and has been for many years. His final words were of clarity and reflection. And I know he wouldn't want us to feel guilt or be consumed by the what ifs or what could have been. Instead, we need to find comfort knowing he is finally free of his illness. His mind now belongs to him again, and he can rest. And my God, he needed to rest. Let us find peace, knowing he knew we all loved him and that he is now our angel above. He is with us today. His soul fills this room in each one of our hearts. And may our cherished memories of Jace be our reason to keep going, to get through the pain and to carry on his legacy. I know Jace can see us celebrating his life today and the legend that he was and always will be. Oh, is that tissue? And you know what they say? They say grief is the price we pay for love. And Jace, loving you is what we all did. You see, love and grief are two sides of the same precious coin. One does not and cannot exist without the other. They are the yin and yang of our lives. Grief is based on our capacity to give and receive love. Some people choose not to love, and so they never grieve. But if we allow ourselves the grace that comes with love, we must also allow ourselves the grace that is required to mourn. Loving you, Jace, was easy. Living without you won't be. So until we meet again, we will love you for eternity. Rest easy, my beautiful big brother.
Thank you, Ashley. I now invite Craig and Karen forward to share their memories of Jason.
It's a hard act to follow, Ash. Firstly, thank you all for coming. I know a lot of you have come a long way. A lot of you have surprised me by turning up. You have to excuse me, I have to read this. I was trying to learn it, but I'll get lost. As a boy, I'd always tell Jace silly stories and convince him that they were true. He loved a book called Billabong Bertie as a kid, and I told him the bunyip in the story actually lived in Bibra Lake, which is where we lived. And on our bush walks on weekends, I'd show him some tree nuts and said these are what the bunyips ate. He was amazed and shared the story with his teachers at school and his peers, only to be told off by the teacher for being silly and making up stories. Another fond memory of mine is telling him that green seaweed balls that you find on the beach was actually dolphin poo. Guess what? In a later classroom lesson about the ocean, and when asked by his teacher what is something that can be found in the ocean, he tells the class dolphin poo. Also telling him and his sister to go hunt for native Indians when we were in Coral Bay and Shark Bay on family holidays, so us adults could get 20 minutes apiece. Later in life, Jason, grade 7, he came up to live with me here in Geraldton and spent year 7 at Mount Tarcoola Primary School, where he met his best mate, Dylan Prater. I'll never forget those parent-teacher meetings about Jason and Dylan. As all parents do, I consider Jason to be the best talented footballer I'd seen. Well, he was a lot better than me. In his younger days, he played junior footy at the Bibra Lake Bandicoots. And then when we moved to Geraldton, he played for Railways Football Club in the under-12s, 14s and 16s, and later league. He achieved something I always had never achieved and was actually played in the winning premiership side. He played in 2 in Railways Colts sides of 2004 and 2005. As Ashley said, Jace had used his hands to make magic. He started his apprenticeship as a carpenter with GBSC when he finished year 12 at Nagle. He later went up to Crather and worked and played football with the Crather Cats. And I was very fortunate to travel up there and watch him play in a preliminary final, which they lost by 2 points. As you know, he was always a life of the party. He always gave 100% whatever he did. He loved surfing. And would later claim it was he that taught his stepbrother Max how to surf. He also loved kite surfing, fishing, scuba diving and spearfishing. He was an exceptional tradesman and later taught himself how to tile houses and concrete work. His illness unfortunately impacted his ability to continue in his profession in his later years. But he was always there helping others out and doing work for various people. He actually laid our concrete driveway, and every day I look at it and just go, what a great piece of work it was. Unfortunately, Jason's illness pushed a lot of people away, which is understandable. We can't feel guilty for this, but we can go on to have a better understanding of mental health and the impact it has on our lives, on our loved ones. During Jason's dark times, we had tense words, but Jason never stopped loving you. I just hope you're in a much better place now, and your mind's at peace and resting forever, taking it easy. Now, in closing, I'd just like bring up the elephant in the room. No parent should ever be denied seeing their child. The pain and angst Jason felt will now be ours to carry, as we never get to see our beautiful son again. You're definitely not an angel at Jace, but you are now. Goodbye, and we love you.
Thank you, Craig. We have heard Jason's parents share memories of their son, and I will now share some words on behalf of Cooper. My dad can build anything. My dad can catch a fish with his hands. My dad's car is faster than yours. My dad's the strongest. My dad's the tallest. My dad is an angel up in the stars. Cooper adored his dad, their bond and likeliness like no other. They slept under the stars together, rode bikes and skateboards, played air guitar and howled at the moon. Jason blessed Cooper with his wild eyebrow. To Cooper, there is no one stronger, smarter, more fun, more adventurous, or loving as his dad. Now a special angel watching down on him from the stars, Cooper is so proud of you, Jason. Thank you, Cooper. There is no love greater than that of a father and son, and Jason will always be Cooper's hero. I now invite Kylie forward to share a poem.
Hi everyone, my name's Kylie Sims and the family have asked me to share this poem with you all. It was a poem that was in Jason's phone and the poem was about bipolar. Jace didn't let his mental illness define him. Instead, he was out there living his life and he just tried to bring awareness to everyone. In honour of Jason, I just ask that we continue to talk about our struggles and let's break the stigma. Jason wasn't ashamed and he would always help anyone whilst he fought his own battles. I know I'm not alone when I say I'm so proud of the fight he put up, and I hope this can shed some light and bring some comfort to you all. Bipolar. There is a particular kind of pain, elation, loneliness, and terror involved in this kind of madness. When you're high, it's tremendous. The ideas and feelings are fast and frequent like shooting stars, and you follow them until you find better and brighter ones. Shyness goes, the right words and gestures are suddenly there, the power to captivate others, a felt certainty. There are interests found in uninteresting people. Sensuality is persuasive and the desire to seduce and be seduced irresistible. Feelings of ease, intensity, power, well-being, financial opulence and euphoria pervades one marrow. But somewhere this changes. The fast ideas are just too fast and there are too many. Overwhelming confusion replaces clarity. Memory goes. Humour and absorption on friends' faces are replaced by fear and concern. Everything previously moving with the grain is now against you. You are irritable, angry, frightened, uncontrollable, and enmeshed totally in the blackest caves of the mind. You never knew these caves were there. It will never end, for madness carves its own reality. We love you, Jace.
Thank you, Kylie. I now invite Dylan forward to share his memories of Jason.
So I've been asked to tell a few stories about Jason, and I think just about everyone in the room would have about 20 stories about him, but half of them I can't really tell because of his mum's here and his nana, but we'll save them for a bit later. When I first met Jason, he rocked up to school late, year 7, with his dad. Craig was in a suit, and somehow I had a spare seat next to me and I had his name on it. And I looked at him and he was a big unit at year 7, and he had all this black cat, had this eyebrow that just stuck up. I don't know why it stuck up, but it stuck up. And I was like, oh, who can I swap with so I can move away from him? 5 minutes in, but I thought, like, he might be all right, but I knew straight away he had some GST with his stories. First thing he said to me was, you know I flogged 4 blokes down the swimming pool on the weekend? He's like, oh, why is that? And he's like, they didn't give me a go on the slide. And I was like, I just shook my head and let him go. He ended up being in my footy team in juniors. I don't think my dad was too impressed with that. In juniors, Jason was always at the back of the group with another bloke. He always had lollies in his pocket. Jason was either begging him for lollies or he was tripping people up, just causing trouble. He didn't worry about footy. But then he asked me to come over after a game, so we went over there, and he lived up the road from Danny's this. And they made this little cart you hook on a bike. And he goes, Dylan, jump in here, we'll go for a ride. So I jumped in, going for a ride, and the cops pull us up. Boys, where's your helmets? And Jason stopped and goes, my dad said I don't have to wear one and I don't have to listen to you. The cop goes, who's your dad? He goes, Craig Keals. The cop just rolled his eyes and kept driving. So Jason reckons he goes to the Dockers, but he only knows two players, Pavlich and Fife. He used to call himself the Pav Factor at footy train every time he go near the ball. So we'll get about 16, 17, we started going to parties. So we needed alcohol, and me and Danny's this, we had a bit of facial hair, and Jason had probably 2 hairs on his chin. So we thought, me and Danny, we had to go to the Taki tab, so we went into Craig's wardrobe, grabbed his button-up shirts, dressed up, walked over there, grabbed our 4-pack of Woodstocks, come back. Jason would always get dressed up as well, I don't know why, and wait across the road for it, then come back. Then all of a sudden he starts shaving them couple of hairs just to grow a beard. Jason's probably the best looking bloke I've seen. I don't actually think he realised how good looking he was. He could have just about any woman he wanted. He was a big kid at primary school, then he just turned into a machine. I don't know what he did, but he was just an animal. Jason, excuse my language here, but Jason used to like, when at school, used to like talking about his dick. He still did, but he gave himself 2 names, the Coke bottle and horse dick. I don't know why he called himself that, but they're definitely self-named. So Jason went up to Lucky Bay with a couple of boys and they had a big night. The next day they wanted to go out and get some abalone, so all the boys have gone out and they've all come back with 1 or 2. Jason's come back with a bucket full. The boys are like, oh, how's he done that? So Kyle Smith's gone over and said, oh, give us a look what you got. And he goes, they're not abalone, mate. There was some shell with like a sea slug in them. And Jason's like, no, I like these better anyway. Smitty goes, you can't eat them, mate, they're poisonous. I could talk for hours about you, Jason. You had a heart of gold. You were so proud to become a dad. He loved you, Cooper, with everything he had. I promise you, Jason, that one of the boys or myself will be there whenever he's needed. The world has lost a legend. I'll miss you, mate. I love you. And rest in peace.
Thank you, Dylan. We take photographs as a way of capturing memories. And as we watch the photographic tribute of Jason's life, take this time to reflect on the moments you shared with Jason. So please sit back, laugh, smile, and maybe shed a tear as you relive your time with Jason.
soft-spoken with a broken jaw. Step outside, but not to brawl. And autumn sweet wind, call it fall. I'll make it to the moon, never have to crawl. And with the birds that share this lonely view. And with the birds that share this lonely view. And with the birds that share this lonely view. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you, 'cause with the birds of share, with the birds of share this lonely view. And with the birds of share this lonely view. And with the birds of share this lonely view. Under the surface, you don't know what you'll find until it's your time. No second chances, but all we can do is try. I made up my mind. I can't see you, but I hear your call, baby. Hold on now. We're going home. If we make it or we don't, we won't be alone. When I see your light shine, I know I'm home. If you're waiting all your life, you won't ever go. When I see your light shine, I know I'm home. When I see your light shine, I know I'm home. When I see your light shine. Some things are simple and hard to ignore, they say. The truth is like that. We're getting colder, so far from the shore, I say. The world is like that. I can't see you, but I hear your call, baby. Hold on now. We're going home. If we make it or we don't, we won't be alone. When I see your light shine, I know I'm home. If you're waiting all your life, you won't ever go. When I see your light shine, I know I'm home. When I see your light shine, I know I'm home. When I see your light shine, there's a place that I wanna run with you, darling. There's a place that I wanna run with you. We're going home. If we make it or we don't, we won't be alone. When I see your light shine, I know I'm home. If you're waiting all your life, you won't ever go. When I see your light shine, I know I'm home.
was so stuck inside my shell. Then the ground began to sway. I realized what mattered most to me. When the stars began to fall right out of the sky and the seas were rising up, I had one thing in mind. It was you, it was you, it was you. It was you, it was you, it was you. When the road began to crumble in front of my eyes, there was only one person I wanted to find. It was you, it was you, it was you. It was you, it was you, it was you, darling. Hey. The precious moments that we shared, you slowed time down inside my head. I wish I'd found this clarity while I still had you close to me. But I was stuck inside my shell until the ground began to sway. I realized what mattered most that day. When the stars began to fall right out of the sky and the seas were rising up, I had one thing in mind. It was you, it was you, it was you. It was you, it was you, it was you. When the road began to crumble in front of my eyes, there was only one person I wanted to find. It was you, it was you, it was you. It was you, it was you, it was you, darling. Hey. When the stars began to fall right out of the sky and the seas were rising up, I had one thing in mind. It was you, it was you, it was you. It was you, it was you, it was you. When the road began to crumble in front of my eyes, there was only one person I wanted to find. It was you, it was you, it was you. It was you, it was you, it was you, darling. Hey. It was you, it was you, it was you, darling. Hey. It was you, it was you, it was you.
What great photos to look back on, and what great memories of Jason to hold on to forever. Thank you, Ashley, for putting a lovely tribute together. To continue sharing your memories of Jason, please join the family at Railways Football Club following the service. Our service for Jason is almost concluded, and today, as we have reflected, remembered, and honoured Jason's life, it is now time for us to say our final farewells. Over the coming days, weeks, months, and even years, may you continue to comfort and support Craig, Karen, Ashley, and their families, but also each other. Jason loved the ocean, and family and friends now have the opportunity to come forward and place shells onto Jason's coffin. As this is a time of reflection, I ask that you please do not approach the family and leave your condolences until at Railways. Once you have placed your shells on the coffin, please exit the crematorium. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. It is now time to commit Jason's physical body to the earthly elements. So as we say our farewells to Jason, We say thank you for all that you gave to us in life, the warmth of your love, your humour and friendship, your help, guidance and wisdom, and the joy that you brought wherever you went. Whilst we miss you terribly, we are thankful that you now have the peace you deserve. We promise to never forget you. Jason Digory Keals, may you now rest peacefully.
Follow the sun, and which way the wind blows when this day is done. Breathe in the air, set your intentions, dream with care. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone. A brand new moon, a brand new sun. Follow the sun, the direction of the birds, the direction of love. Breathe in the air, cherish this moment, cherish this breath. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone. Brand new moon, brand new sun. When you feel life coming down on you like a heavy weight, when you feel this crazy society adding to the strain, take a stroll to the nearest water's edge. Remember your place. Many moons have risen and fallen long, long before you came. So which way is the wind blowing? And what does your heart say? Follow the sun, and which way the wind blows when this day is done. this day is done. Breathe, breathe in the air, set your intentions, dream with care. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone. A brand new moon, a brand new sun. Follow the sun, the direction of the birds, the direction of love. Breathe, breathe in the air, cherish this moment, cherish this breath. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone. A brand new moon, brand new sun. When you feel life coming down on you like a heavy weight, when you feel this crazy society adding to the strain, take a stroll to the nearest water's edge. Remember your place. Many moons have risen and fallen long before you came. So which way is the wind blowing? And what does your heart say? Follow the sun, and which way the wind blows, when this day is done. Follow the sun, and which way the wind blows, when this day is done. Breathe, breathe in the air, set your intentions, dream with care. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone. A brand new moon, a brand new sun. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone. Brand new moon, brand new sun. When you feel life coming down on you like a heavy weight. When you feel this crazy society adding to the strain. Take a stroll to the nearest water's edge. Remember your place. Follow the sun, which way the wind blows. When this day is done, breathe in the air. Set your intentions, dream with care. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone. A brand new moon, a brand new sun. Follow the sun, the direction of the birds, direction of love. Breathe in the air, cherish this moment, cherish this breath. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone. Brand new moon, brand new sun. When you feel life coming down on you like a heavy weight. When you feel this crazy society adding to the strain. Take a stroll to the nearest water's edge. Remember your place. Many moons have risen and fallen long, long before you came. So which way is the wind blowing? And what does your heart say? Follow the sun, and which way the wind blows. When this day is done. which way the wind blows when this day is done. Breathe in the air, set your intentions, dream with care. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone. A brand new moon, a brand new sun. So follow the sun, the direction of the birds, the direction of love. Breathe in the air, cherish this moment, cherish this breath. Tomorrow's a new day for everyone. Brand new moon, brand new sun. When you feel life coming down on you like a heavy weight, when you feel this crazy society adding to the strain, take a stroll to the nearest water's edge. Remember your place. Many moons have risen and fallen long before you came. So which way is the wind blowing? And what does your heart say? So follow the sun, and which way the wind blows when this day is done. Follow the sun, and which way the wind blows when this day is done.